And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the second hour or second half of Copenhagen Dreaming for this week. It'll be a two-parter this time instead of a three-parter because we ran a little bit late on the first one and so on and so forth. But you guys are in a tent in the Dreaming and somebody is approaching you from the sounds of it.
Get ready. Someone's coming.
Should probably hide. Or at least try.
Is there anywhere to hide inside this tent?
No. The tent is devoid of furniture except for the table.
And if we can hear them coming towards us, they're probably already out in the clearing by now.
Not really, because Charles is waiting outside and you can't see anything out there, but you can hear.
All right, in that case, Jasmine will definitely head outside, check on Charles, and then see if we can find somewhere to hunker down.
Can I pinpoint just about where they are coming from?
Yeah, you can. They're coming from the direction of the farmhouse.
Wait, what?
It's going to be another echo or something, but
Not worth the chance. Is there any big trees that we can hide behind?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Over here.
Let's hide.
You hear as you hide, you hear voices of angry people shouting at someone very, very angrily. They're apparently blaming whoever this person that they're holding, apparently holding captive. They're holding that person responsible for 2 deaths amongst their own number. And they are clearly, they don't give a damned, because it becomes pretty obvious pretty quickly that the person being held captive is the male troll. And they don't care that the woman and the children and so on are dead. They don't give a damned about that. So you listen into this very angry exchange, and after a while you hear an angry male voice saying, take him away and get rid of him.
I chance a peek.
There's nobody out there.
of course.
There's nobody out there, but you can hear someone being hauled away. He's clearly struggling, but he's being hauled away. And
I follow.
And you follow. Okay, so you follow into...
I rolled. I figured this would be a 10. I got 2 9s and a 1.
Yeah. You roll and or you follow into the further into the woods, and after a while you can tell that this person is forced down on his knees and beheaded.
Ooh.
Yikes.
Do we find the headless body?
Not right here, because they seem to be dragging it off a few meters. But when you head over there, yes, you do in fact find a male troll with his head next to him.
Still no one we recognize?
No.
Does he have any identifying marks or any identifying items?
He's dressed simply like the woman down there was and like the children were.
What age time would they be? Restful? Middle Ages?
No,
Victorian age?
Oh no, more middle aged than more medieval than anything else.
Alright.
It's quite common in the dreaming.
So that's not even a marker.
Nope.
Typical.
Hmm.
do the echo make any sound of where the people who did the chopping goes after this?
Yes, it does. And if you follow, or do you follow?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You locate a trod.
So they made their way out.
Yeah. It's a wall. In the middle of the forest, there's a wall, which is clearly not supposed to be there. It's a modern wall. That in itself is a pretty good indicator that, oh, you're not supposed to be here. There's something going on here.
Look.
Well, thank for that.
Yeah, but it shouldn't be here. Not like this.
Well, let's get out and hope we're still in Denmark.
Is there any way we can examine it before we use it, or?
No.
Okay.
If you want, I can go through first.
No, it's fine.
We'll be fine.
Well, you can't. If you try to go around the wall, nothing happens. There's no door in the wall, so what do you do?
Well, have we encountered trots like this before?
They're all different.
Well, Jonas tries, I don't know, knocking on the wall.
No.
Tries going through the wall a la Harry Potter.
No, that results in you getting a flat face.
But he can't be made to look stupid.
Nope, he can't.
I don't think he's going to run into it. He's going to try and push his way through.
Yeah, you push against the wall the wall doesn't actually the wall doesn't actually give away, so you can get through it.
I rummage through my my bag.
Yeah.
To find my little copper hammer, not copper, brass hammer.
Yes.
And I knock on the wall.
Nope, nothing happens.
Uh-huh.
I rummage again to find a slightly bigger hammer.
And you try
which
again.
Which I do not think is there, unfortunately.
No.
Don't try and get through it, not break it down.
Maybe it just needs a small hole.
No.
Can we
I'm
try and
sure
figure this
if
thing
I-
out?
So what?
Sorry, don't let me interrupt.
Yeah, nothing important.
Can we try to figure this thing out somehow?
Yeah, sure, you can. You have enigmas.
Let's see if I do.
You can roll wits plus enigmas if you have it.
That's a good point.
I do.
Can I do the same, actually?
Yeah, if you have it.
Yeah.
Remember,
I do
you
have
can
one.
only roll enigmas because it's a knowledge. You can only roll it if you have it.
Yes, I have 1
Wait,
point.
that
of
was
it.
weird. You rolled d20s.
You're not supposed to roll d20s.
Charlie rolled a d20.
I think.
I just rolled d10s.
Yeah, no. I mean, Charlie rolled d20s. I think we might want to see
Nice.
that. Yep, that's
the
much
exact
better.
same. That's exactly the same as Jonas.
Wow.
Wow, what are the chances? I don't even want to know what the chances are. They're slim to none. You all manage. You all succeed. What about crawling over the wall?
Oh.
That's not an unusual way of escaping something.
Jonas tries it.
Yep. And you do, in fact, pop out of the dreaming. You land in this place.
Ooh.
Ah, yes.
And that, for you, Chris, who can't read Danish, that sign in the middle there says sidste port til skyggelandet, which means the last gate to the Shadowlands.
Oh.
And there you are, quite far from Copenhagen Central, incidentally, and it's the middle of the fucking night, but there you are.
Do the others follow is probably a good question.
Yes.
Charlie will need some help getting over that wall.
Mm-hmm.
He gets a boost up or something.
Probably by the tallest in the group.
Yeah, you're going to need to get Sunny to do that because
Jasmine is.
Jasmine is only only 158 centimeters. So
maybe she needs help too.
Well, she does have. Oh, that's only for falling. That 1 point of Wayfair, she can't do like jump. She can only fall and not take damage, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, she'll need a boost.
Yep. So you get over, and lo and behold, you get out on the other side.
Yay!
Okay. Hi guys. Where the fuck are we?
How light is it? Can we see the signs?
You can see the signs, but that's because of the street lighting.
Okay. This is Yulingvej.
Yeah, it is the main traffic going into the city.
It is.
How do we get all the way out here?
Well, the dreaming is weird.
It's gonna take a little while to get back.
How did we get in there?
That's the worrying part, isn't it?
You need trots to get in.
Or strong magics.
Gah. He looks around just to make sure that there isn't a fucking dragon around them.
We don't have any of our...
No, there is no fucking dragon around you.
Nice. We don't have any of our other stuff with us, do we?
Nope.
Nope. Do we have the
I'm
weapons?
guessing we're in a...
Oh, yeah, you do. You do have the two weapons that you found, or rather the several weapons that you found. You and they are chimerical, which means that right now the sword looks like a hockey stick.
Yeah.
And the bow is a long umbrella, and the quiver is one of those cardboard rolls that you keep paper in.
Nice. I'm going to note that down.
Yes, I better do the same, actually.
Who would leave their weapon in the dreaming?
That's
well, the sword looked like it wasn't needed anymore.
Oh, that's a good point.
How morbid.
Yeah, but the others that still live, why didn't they take them with them? It looked like they were heirlooms or something like that.
Yeah, this one seems to belong to House Dougal. For now, though, shouldn't we focus on getting home, and then we can tell people what happened tomorrow?
Yeah, good idea. I'll call a cab.
Oh, it's going to be expensive.
It's okay.
All right, so you call a taxi, and you get into it, and there is a friendly taxi driver who looks at all of you and goes, "Oh goodness, this is a late hour to be out at."
I just remembered. Joan and taxi drivers, don't do it!
No, this guy is actually, just perfectly ordinary kind of bloke.
Yeah, that's the one who'll get you. They're secretly serial killers. They kill their breakfast all the time.
No, they just drive like maniacs. No, this one's fine. Yeah, it's a very long story, so.
I have an important question.
Mm-hmm.
Are we dressed as we were when we went to sleep?
Yep.
In that case, Jonas is wearing a t-shirt and his underwear.
I think that's one of the reasons why the taxi driver is like, "Oh God, this is an ungodly hour to be out at."
And Sonny is probably only in his boxes.
Oh no.
He does
Well,
take
t-shirts are very annoying with wings. Just saying.
He does take a look at, kind of at all of you and goes, "Is this some kind of party gone wrong?"
I wasn't there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's get you kids home, shall we?
Yes, please.
He sets off to to drive you back into town, and for funnily enough, he doesn't ask a whole lot of questions. He's actually quite discreet about the whole thing, believe it or not.
Wife is probably gonna hear about it when he gets home. Like, you're never going to believe what I bumped into tonight. I was about to finish my shift, and then a group of kids.
I mean, it's probably not the weirdest that has happened to him.
No,
Probably
he's
not.
a taxi driver.
Yeah, exactly. But it's still, your 16, 17-year-old kids. He's not going to, he's just going to be very professional about this.
Yep.
He gets you home. So what do?
Inside.
Yep.
Well, Sunny stops, then realizes they locked all the doors and keys are inside.
Oh god, it's not.
Yeah, but Sir is inside.
Sir! Open the door!
I'm a dog. How?
I've seen you open the door before, and you can fly.
I
saw you sneak out to the neighbor's lady dog through a locked door. You can open the door.
Bollocks. Okay.
Yeah, you're happy you still have them for now.
Why? He opens the door and looks very guilt-ridden.
If she comes over and asks why she has half poodle, half corgi puppies in a week, I'm going to be very mad at you.
Sir suddenly decides that anywhere is better than here and skedaddles.
You realize if she does that, she can actually get a claim to you being neutered, right?
Woof.
By law, she can actually do that.
Woof.
Also, thank you for opening the door.
He looks very very frightened.
Thing.
It's fine. I'll figure something out.
I think Sir was home.
Yeah, well, he wasn't dragged into the dream.
Now for an important question again. What about the mattresses?
The mattresses are all gone.
That's going to be mad.
Are we going to explain that they went missing?
Dare. Always blame it on a dare. Works all the time.
We can only be wild teenagers for so many years, right?
He married my mom. He knows what he's in for.
Right.
Well, how many couches do you have we can sleep on?
Well, I have my double bed, I have the couch in my room, then there's Dad's bed, it's completely unused today, and then there's the couches in here.
So we should have enough room.
Obviously.
Yeah, you have plenty of room.
If we are going back to bed, I don't want to show up there again.
No, but we kind of need some sleep if we're going to function tomorrow.
What time is it?
It's about 2:30 in the morning. According to this, you've been gone for only an hour, which doesn't make... Well, that time passes differently in the dreaming. So it feels like you've been gone for maybe 5 or 6 hours, but in reality, you've been gone for maybe 1.
He looks at the clock. Time you by me.
Yes. It also means that if you were tired before, you're probably almost dead on your feet now.
Could it be reversed too? So time passes quicker in the dreaming?
It could, but it very rarely happens that way. But it could.
But it gets Sunny thinking for a little while at least. You think there's a part of the dreaming that look exactly like the road from Red's place to the apartment?
Could you repeat that?
You think there is a part of the dreaming that looks exactly like Red's path from her place to Thomas's place?
That's a good question. You're thinking she might have gone into the dream, Ming.
If she thinks she runs the exact way, because all we know is that Sovereign makes you do things against your own will, but it doesn't say that you don't know what you're doing.
It's a good question. For now, though, I really need some sleep, Sonny.
Stop that, Rasmus. Stop it. You're making me tired.
He does yawn in a very convincing way.
Stop it! So he goes to bed.
Jonas claims a couch.
He does find the duvets and
Yes.
blankets.
Yes, and you do all sleep soundly until the following day. You don't get pulled anywhere else.
That's at least nice.
Yes, it is.
Who's an early bird in this group?
Charles is.
I mean, Jonas set his alarm for 9, so that's probably when he'll wake up.
Well, Sonny is also an early bird. He usually gets up at 6.
So yeah, but getting up at 6 in this case would probably be a little early, even for him, because remember you got an hour's worth of sleep or thereabouts, not even, and then you got dragged into the dreaming, and you spent an extra what felt like 6 hours in there.
I know, but that doesn't mean he has taken his timer of the phone off.
True. So yeah, you get woken up at that point and probably feel like you're dying.
Yeah.
When we convene in the morning, I hope there's coffee. I have Charlie says, I have an idea.
You have a lot of those.
Yes. And he just loses. I just lose the thread. Lost the thread for a bit. Might be a far shot, but I have someone that we maybe can ask about the sword.
Oh.
Or the bow. I mean.
Oh?
Yeah?
Yeah. It's not far from here.
Who?
So when we've had our coffee, at least when I've had mine.
Remember that we've also today, well, we can do that, but remember we've also got to get in contact with the Duchess about meeting with Xenia. And what we saw in the dreaming might be relevant to what we're investigating in some way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we should.
But until I know what actually happened there, it might not be a thing anyone wants us to know.
Maybe, but we won't know that unless we try telling someone.
If they were willing to wipe out an entire troll family, what would they do to us?
Well, yeah.
It's not because I distrust the sheep, but I agree with Sonny here.
I mean, we don't know their pasts, and apparently we get born again and again and again and again and again and again. Unless we apply cold iron into that mix, which I hope we don't.
Or unless you're she, they don't get reborn. At least nobody knows what happens with them, but they don't apparently get reborn.
Well, I don't know if Sunny actually knows that. At any rate, we don't know what happened there, but someone wouldn't submit and they were murdered off. And apparently it's pretty normal for everything to be in that style in the dreaming. So we don't know when it happened either.
This is
I'm just saying we have to be careful with it.
And that's why I think we maybe should start out with asking my grandfather.
Your grandfather?
Yeah, he's old.
They usually are.
Otherwise he wouldn't be your grandfather, but your brother, right?
And a knocker.
Oh.
We can start by going there, yeah? But we do have to go and make arrangements with the Duchess as well. This, I mean, that's, as far as I see it, the most important part.
You're in Gentofte right now, and you know that Charles lives in Gentofte as well, so it's
not that far, and we can take a bus directly to Frederiksberg afterwards.
Oh, let's do that then.
Yep.
I'd rather figure out why we were pulled into that place. And why. Of course, we still have to get Thomas out of a sticky situation. But there is no saying we can't do both.
That's true.
I agree with you fully, but maybe knowing why that elf was involved in murdering a family of trolls will tell us something about how we got there and why we got there.
I just said that we should pursue it.
Exactly.
Yep.
I mean,
So basically, that's you get some breakfast while you're talking about this. I take it.
Sounds like a good idea.
Yep.
Sir gets his breakfast too because he's annoying until he gets it.
Yes, and today he's being he really wants to be on your good side for some reason.
Yep. You want to keep them balls.
Mm-hmm. He really does. No, don't take my fun away. So he's you're all, fed and coffeed and teed, if that's what you want.
Yeah.
no, it's been a tiring night. Coffee is definitely
the thing.
Be honest with me.
Probably.
Tea is good, but I don't want to be teed.
No, but you get.
Yeah.
Oh goodness. But you get tea and coffee and breakfast and so on, and you get that taken care of. And then you wanted to head off to Charlie's granddad.
Old man Knocker.
Yes. That's not a problem. You get there in short order. He does live nearby, after all. So, yeah, he's living. If I remember correctly, Emil, he lived in an old person sort of place.
I think we got it down to he lived in a house near the Strandvejen.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. He lives in a house near Strandvejen, which means, for those who don't know what that is, he lives right on the border of where people with lots of money lives.
Oh, I know what you mean. It's like the Danish equivalent of living on the border of Belgravia in London.
Yes, precisely. So
yes, Strandvejen is something different, all right.
Yep, it's where the moneyed individuals live.
It's just
That's
not
really
the
hilarious.
moneyed people, it's the biggest moneyed people in all of Denmark.
Yes, indeed. But in this case, he just lives on the, near it. But it's, let's just say, the property prices where he lives are pretty high as well. He lets you in when you arrive. Obviously, he's and you can tell obviously that he is in fact also a knocker. He is a knocker grump, and quite an old one. His eyebrows are long enough that he could probably tie them behind his hair or behind his head. And then lead them back to, in front again and weave them into his beard.
Wow.
You can't really see his eyes for eyebrows.
I was like that. It's like one of those anime characters where it is just their eyebrows.
Yes, it's also
He's a very severe blood elf.
There are eyebrows, an enormous nose in the middle of the face, red, obviously, kind of goes without saying. Plenty of beard, and that's about it for face.
He looks like a shaggy cat's ass with a nose sticking out the back.
So he sees when you guys get there, and he's like, "Well, this is unexpected. Charlie, what's this all about?"
Charlie ran off.
Oh, Charlie.
No.
Well, he left roll 20.
Oh, yeah, he dropped out of roll 20.
It pops in and out. It's no worry.
Oh, okay.
Hi, Grandad. These are my friends.
Okay. You
Hi.
do know that I've been trying to keep out of all this Fae business for years, right?
Yes. Yes, I remember that. And we wouldn't have come here without a good reason.
All right. I'm sure you wouldn't. So, what is this good reason?
Last night we were transported. When we were sleeping, we were transported into the dreaming.
Ooh, that's seriously powerful magic right there.
Yes.
I haven't actually seen or heard of that kind of magic in Copenhagen for almost 50 years.
50 years?
Yeah, pretty much since the war.
Oh.
Oh, what an extraordinary coincidence.
And in there, we found a bow.
Right?
Jonas takes out the bow.
Ooh, that's a fine piece of work. Could probably do with a few screws and a spring and probably also some bells and whistles, but
And of course a steam engine. But until that time, do you recognize the seal?
well, yes, that's House Dougal. That's one of those she houses. Kind of, well, they're called the Smiths for a reason. They make really good weaponry. I don't like to admit it, of course, because, I mean, they're not knockers, but they make good weapons and armor for she.
What do you know about them, other than that?
That they used to have quite a number of them here in Copenhagen, but most of them have left. Don't know why.
You know where they went?
No, probably all over the place. But there used to be a good few of them here. Way back.
You know why they left?
I'm not sure, because as I just said, I've tried to really keep away from, the whole Fae and politics, and I haven't been to court I haven't been to court since the war. I think most of the Fae in Copenhagen don't even know I exist, and I would like to keep it that way, thank you very much.
Oh, of course, of course.
Yes, of course, grandfather.
Oh, thank you. Oh, do you want something to drink while you're here, anyway?
That would be lovely.
Yes, please, sir.
Come on, sir. Behave.
He goes to the kitchen and comes back with some Coke and, sodas of various kinds, and sits down, scratches his beard. But I think the reason is they had a leader back then. I can't remember the name of him right now. Not, for the life of me. His first name, I think, was Ivar, but I can't remember his full name.
Was he she?
Yeah, he was.
When we got out of the dreaming, we found a trot out near Jyllingevej.
Right?
The place.
Yeah, I know the place. That should.
It's that sign.
That's strange. That place hasn't been used for years. I mean, it used to be when I was young and spry and so on. And you see, there was a troll that lived out near those parts, and he used that to come and go. And then one day he stopped coming and going.
You know his name?
Yeah, his name was Nils. He's a good sort of guy. Nice man. Good family.
I'm guessing he had a wife and 2 children.
I can't remember how many kids he had, but yeah, he had a wife and kids.
Oh. Sonny suddenly looks very sad.
We should tell you what we experienced in the dreaming.
Right.
And then Jonas goes to explain what they experienced.
Yeah, the farmstead, the dead bodies, the dead red cap, and the...
Yeah. You basically give him the rundown of the whole thing.
The beans.
Yes. He looks very, very sad when he hears this.
We're going to kill him.
And he's like, oh, well, I had hoped that he had just taken his family and moved away. When the she came back, lots of people did that. Lots of people didn't want to stay in Copenhagen with the she around because, well, pardon me for saying so, seeing as we have one of you here, but you guys tend to be quite uppity.
I've noticed.
And,
they seemed more worried about losing 2 of their own. They scolded him for it.
Right, and then they killed him from what you said.
Mm.
Damn. That's horrible.
But why would they do that?
Well, Charlie, it was war. And it was really ugly. It was as ugly here as it was anywhere else in the world. When the she came back, they had been gone for hundreds of years. And
what made them believe that they could leave for that long and then just think they could get everything back the way it was?
Arrogance?
Yeah, for the most part. And this belief that nothing works in the Fey world if they're not there to hold everyone's hand.
But they had proof that it worked perfectly without them.
They didn't see it that way. They saw a world in which there was no nobility to lead the commoners, and they saw chaos. That's how they perceived it. So they got back, and they saw all these things that, all these commoners without kings or barons or whatever to lead them. And the problem, of course, is that there were barons and even higher nobles mostly. There weren't many, but a few of them, because the trolls had taken those titles for the most part, and they were really good leaders. they had good counsel. They listened to other people when they made suggestions, for them. Of course, there were, you're always going to find the occasional bad troll out there, the weird ogre now and again. It happens, okay? It happens. But for the most part, they're good people.
They are very honorable.
And then, they would listen if a satyr came with a suggestion, or if a boggin had a gripe of some kind, or, the hell, they even listened to us when we had gripes, and, we have lots and lots of gripes because, knockers. But they were the kind of leaders that it worked. It really worked. And then the she came back and they were like, this doesn't work because it's not us leading you, and we were born to lead. We were made to lead. We are the dreams of rulership. And the trolls said, no, things have been going just fine without you. You're welcome back, but we're not gonna just go down on our knees and bow our heads and let you rule us, because the last time you did that, we had no rights whatsoever. Forget it. And the she went, if you won't bow to us voluntarily, we'll kill you, enough of you, until you understand that you have to do what we say.
Jonas looks very sad.
And so people killed each other for several years. And eventually, the she, the dumbest of them, of course, had died off. And the most hard-headed of our side had died off. And everybody was sick and tired of dying. And somebody said to the she, listen, if you can accept that we have some rights, and that you can't just trample us like you used to, and that we're not just worthless serfs, then all right, you can come back and be the barons and the dukes and the counts and whatever, and we'll let you be the leaders, but you have to listen to us, and you have to take our voices into consideration, and you have to respect us as well. And that worked, because the worst hotheads on both sides had died off for the most part. And that's what we have now. Where we have this strange thing where we have rulers that aren't, autocrats, because they have to listen to their advisors, and it's like having a minister of state, really, more than having a noble leading us, but they want to have the title and it's inherited, so whatever. I don't care, I don't go there, I don't have anything to do with them.
Is that why you left?
I left because I was sick of the killing. Because it
Sonny nodded.
Broke my heart to see so many friends and so many loved ones get killed for something so stupid.
I can understand that sentiment.
So I stayed to myself. I had my little place. I managed to keep things going, and then suddenly, what do you know? I have kids, and then suddenly there's a grandchild who just turns out to be a knocker as well. He says, and reaches out and pats Charles on the shoulder.
Behind the white toned flesh, there may be a small
blush.
A small blush, yeah.
Well, we should warn you that they are trying to spark that war again, then.
Oh no. No, that mustn't happen.
The Shadow Court is trying to angle for it.
Oh.
They have a big dragon on their side.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, he hasn't come back, has he?
Who?
There was a dragon back then.
No, it's a female. It's the lady.
Oh.
The dragon back then?
Yes.
Who
Did
was that?
that dragon work with any of the factions?
Yes, it worked with the she.
What was that name?
I don't actually know. We just called it the dragon. I think the she had names for whatever allies they had, obviously. I'm sure it had a name. For the commoners, he was just the dragon.
So they had a huge beast.
Yeah.
That's probably what we heard.
Probably. But it sounded so recognizable, as if we knew that voice.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, I mean, dragons often have these insanely complicated names. I think the she just called him Kindle for short.
And my brain goes directly to the Kindle you read off.
No. But,
Kindle, because it left nothing else behind, or what?
Yeah. Exactly.
Well, there was a huge lizard print in the ground in front of the house.
And the field that was destroyed.
Yeah.
Well, whatever happened, we must have been sent there for a reason. We couldn't have just wound up there.
Someone sent us there.
To see it, to make us aware of it, but why?
And the magic hasn't been seen since before or in the fight, right? Battle.
Yeah.
Or
well, not magic like this. Not like you describe pulling several young changelings into the dreaming through no trod. I mean, no.
who would have the power to do something like that?
I don't know. And that's the truth, I don't know.
Maybe someone who's strong with magic from that time.
Possibly, yes.
We should consider that it may be the same people who are messing with everything else. It may even be the lady.
Oh, Steel, isn't he from that war too?
Steel is even older than the war. He's well over 100 years old now.
Yeesh!
It was mentioned. They did mention that Steel did have. He did have great power.
He is incredibly powerful. And he will kill you, he says and looks at Jonas, if he even sees you, so don't even go near him.
I wasn't planning on it. But thank you for the warning.
You're welcome. He's a very, very nasty piece of work.
Yeah, he wasn't happy that the she wanted the power again.
He was a good man back then.
I heard.
Angry.
But so was this later.
He had a temper. I mean, fair enough, he had a temper. He took his honor very seriously. Most trolls do. So, don't insult him. Don't impugn on his honor, or he might challenge you to a duel or something like that, and then he would win those.
And then we're squished.
Yeah, kinda. But people knew that. Treated him well. He was a good man. And then the she came back and told him to bend his knee, and he was like, no. Why? I mean, they just ordered him to give up everything and just accept that they were better than him. I mean, I don't agree with what he's doing now at all. But I can see why he got angry.
I mean, I can see why he got angry.
I don't like what he's doing, but I get why he's angry. He's just dealing with it in the wrong way.
Yeah.
Oi! Don't blame Jasmine for Loki being barky.
No, anytime Loki barks, it's just gonna be Sir in the background.
No!
Yes.
Sir doesn't say like that. He says woof woof because he
Yes.
can talk.
Yes, he goes woof woof bark.
Okay.
So,
maybe it's time we get on our way.
sure.
Yeah, we have.
If there's nothing else I can help you with, then certainly. Are you sure I can't put a steam engine on your bow?
Would that improve it?
Everything is improved with steam engines.
I think we're running low on brass out in the workshop right now. So
Oh, okay.
maybe another time. I'll make sure to fill up the storage.
Have you been using
maybe
all my
Jonas-
brass?
No. Oh, would you look at the time?
That was the most unconvincing no in years, but okay.
No, like run on brass. Have you been using all my brass? No.
Yeah, okay, so he lets you guys go.
Mm-hmm.
He does look worried when you leave.
Yeah.
Sonny can't help but smirk.
He stops Charles in the doorway and again puts a hand on his shoulder and says, "Promise me you'll be careful. You're dealing with very dangerous things, I think."
Of course I will.
Thank you. And then he heads back inside.
I don't know if we did much here other than worry your grandfather. I'm sorry.
If nothing else, it made some clarity. He will be worried all the time anyway.
He does have a teenage grandson, so yeah.
Yeah, grandson. And
Have you been using all his brass?
I've been experimenting with doesn't matter.
Don't worry. You should see the look on my father's face when I take a chair and he suddenly can't find it anywhere because he used it for a sculpture.
We should get going.
So you're heading off into town.
Yeah.
Yes, we must go to the Duchess and inform her of.
You do in fact get on a bus that goes pretty much straight there.
Yay! Sonny is not happy, but then he doesn't like vehicles.
Right.
So you get there.
Yeah. And then we go in.
Yes, you do. And the place is mostly empty. I mean, there are always some people around, but you know, it's not. Nobody's holding court right now. That's the point. So it's yeah.
I go to see if I can find Radic and check up on him.
Ratigan is not there. He has been taken home with one of the others so that he can have a shower and.
But it burnt down.
No, not to his place, but to someone else's home.
Oh, I was like, yeah, sure, take him to his burnt down condo.
No, he's been taken to someone else's place so that he can have a change of clothes and a shower and so on.
Okay.
Does the Duchess appear to be around?
No, she's in fact, you're informed that she's not in.
It's
how would one get in contact with her then?
One wouldn't. Is it very urgent?
Yes.
Right. One moment. Let's just be formal about this, why don't we? And you are in fact talking to this man.
Does he look like that?
Yeah, he does actually. He does.
If that piece of cloth were any further down,
Yes.
he would be a satyr.
No, let's for modesty's sake say that he does wear a pair of trousers, but that's also it.
It pertains to the whole case.
Ah, right. You're trying to prove Thomas Winter's innocence.
Yeah, I suppose. We're trying to prove what happened at the very least.
All right. Well, as I said, she isn't here, and I honestly don't know when she's going to be back. Is there anything I can do to help?
Can you leave a message? Or I don't know.
Oh, yes. I can certainly leave a message for her.
Well, the message would be, we found someone.
Okay. That's simple enough. I'll let her know.
Thank you.
Oh.
Yeah, thank you.
Out of character. That's why I completely blanked about what we just told him. Can you just say it again?
We found someone. Basically, it tells him nothing, but it will tell her everything.
Exactly.
Right.
We're leaving a message for the Duchess.
Yeah,
Not for him.
So that basically saying you found someone who can withstand.
Yeah.
Potentially,
yes,
who can
basically.
withstand the use of.
Or a mage. She asked us to find either that or someone who was strong enough, and we found someone for her.
Exactly.
Yes. Someone who can withstand the devastating power of a Reaper from Mass Effect.
Ha. Yes, pretty much. You, yeah. What do you do then?
Beer?
Text Xenia?
Yes.
So text her that the Duchess isn't in. Can we find another time?
Yeah, she sends a message back saying, yeah, sure, just let me know a couple of hours in advance and I'll do what I can.
Thank you. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's fine.
Hey. I think you should also, Jonas, text Felicia regarding her trip to go and see Reinhard, because obviously there was a concern there and we've not heard from her.
Oh, right. I totally forgot with all that's happened. He calls her immediately.
Yeah, she picks up the phone.
Hey, it's me.
Oh, hi.
Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
What happened with Reinhard and all that?
I went and I talked to him, and I think it's better if I tell you when we're face to face.
Well, what are you doing right now?
I'm at home.
Do you want visitors?
Yeah, sure, come ahead. You're welcome.
In that case, see ya.
Yeah.
He looks to the others and says, anyone want to come with me to visit Felicia?
Sure. What occasion?
To find out what she found out.
Alright.
Yep. Yeah, I'm happy to go along.
Yep.
Yeah, sure.
Could everyone give me another perception plus alertness check, please?
I hate this. I need better alertness.
What's the difficulty?
Difficulty 6. Ooh. Everybody rolls well suddenly. That's very nice.
AJ, you don't have to have a space between the 10 and the SD, otherwise it won't sort.
Yes, also I think
Charlie manages still. Gets a single success.
He gets one at 6,
Yeah.
So
you all notice as you leave, Baron Bakentine behind you is he reaches out with his hand, and what at first it looks like a butterfly, but then a large butterfly, and then when it gets closer to his hand, it swirls in the air and morphs into something that looks more like, almost like a Chinese or Japanese, at least an Oriental kind of dragon. These very long, slender creatures. And it rolls itself up his arm and up to his shoulder. And then it sinks into his skin and turns into a tattoo.
Oh, that's cool.
Interesting. Is that a chimeric animal?
Yes.
Okay.
yeah, a ton of them.
Yes. I wonder if it has a name.
Probably.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we've seen it. We know he has a
A tiny dragon.
yes, a tiny dragon. Okay. I'm just gonna make a note of it actually.
And then we're gonna go crash Felicia's place.
Right.
Yep.
Hopefully not literally.
Time to go and visit Felicia.
Yes. Synchronize watches, everyone. Keep an eye on the time and keep an eye on your GPS tracker so we actually know that we're going in the right direction and that we're not wasting time.
That's a smart idea, Jasmine.
I do not trust if we have to walk or travel anywhere in the city at the moment, considering I just do not trust our ability to get there in good order at the moment.
Yeah.
Congratulations, you're Fae, they said. Everything's a game, they said. Well, screw them.
They weren't quite that. Never mind.
Well, they did say it was supposed to be fun.
It has been, I mean, some of it.
So far. Maybe there was a time constraint on that I didn't know of.
So, you you head to Felicia's place.
Yes.
Yes, and she lives not right around the corner. You have to get on an S train to get to where she lives.
Mm.
Okay.
But you do get there, and her wife opens the door.
Hi. What's her name?
Heidi.
Hi, Heidi.
And then she's like, hello, welcome, come on in. Felicia said you'd be coming.
Yeah.
She's
Sorry to bother you.
No, you're always welcome. She says, no worries. She is an absolute hippie.
Oh, I hope dogs are okay. We were out walking when we decided to go here.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Animals are welcome.
Come on, sir.
She reaches down and scritches him behind his ear. Sir leans into the scritches and then looks up at all of you and says, I like her. And of course, all she hears is arr, 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 arr. But
happy grunting.
Yes.
So yeah, we go in.
Yep. You go in. Felicia is sitting in the what's it called? She's got her own weight room.
Oh, cool.
Not surprisingly, considering her physique.
I imagine Jonas has been there.
Probably, yes. She's sitting in her weight room with a towel around her neck, having just finished the set.
I think Sonny's just looking around open mouth because, wow.
Yeah, it's some pretty state-of-the-art equipment that she's got here. It's not huge, but what she has is very good.
Your physique is certainly very justified with everything here.
She grins, flexes her arms, which makes muscles move that most people don't even know they have.
It's the thing where you don't only know you have them if they hurt.
Yes, exactly. And she gets up, and she's just wearing it should be said at this point, she's wearing a sports bra and a pair of what they call yoga pants, training yoga pants.
Training stuff.
Yeah.
Trainer pants, I think.
Yeah, and that's actually
sweatpants. They're also called.
Yeah, and that's
yeah,
it.
but there's the form-fitting kind, and then there's the loose-fitting kind.
Exactly, and they're the form-fitting kind.
And it is yoga pants.
Yeah, so and that's actually what she's wearing. I mean, she's just finished a training set, but it also means that you have a front row view of probably the most impressive female physique in all of Copenhagen.
Damn it. Fucking one.
What does that mean?
Sonny's maybe looking a little too long.
Jonas is surprisingly unaffected.
So, yeah. Well, she's obviously, her type is not for everyone, but it's but it is impressive regardless.
I mean, he was the one who looked up at Thomas and said magnificent.
Yes.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So, So she says, "What? Yeah, I suppose I should tell you. I did go and to visit Reinhard yesterday, and holy shit, he's in a bad place.
What?
Oh,
Yeah, he's trying to put on a brave face. Well, he tried to put on a brave face for all of 5 minutes after I arrived.
And then he was done for.
And then he spent the next 2 hours crying himself dry on my shoulder.
Oh, poor guy.
that's at least better than what we feared. But I do feel sorry for him.
He's
Also,
definitely, yeah. Good grief.
so fortunate we sent you there then.
He was just sitting there, and we were just talking, and then suddenly he just stopped in the middle of a sentence, and tears began rolling down his face, and he just broke down. It was, guys, I mean, having to sit there and watch something as surreally beautiful as a she weep like that for 2 hours is weird.
He did just lose someone who was very close to him.
He definitely did.
Yeah, it
And
sounds
he's
like
been staying brave-faced throughout the entire court.
I think he didn't want to come across as weak.
Of course not. People already give him flack for what he looks like.
That, and he's a knight. He's got, there's the whole giving off an appearance of strength and confidence thing.
yeah.
So if you combine the two things, then yeah, it was not easy to watch.
Sorry you had to.
No, don't worry. Somebody had to. Somebody had to, but it wasn't easy. That's all I'm saying. It
Sounded like he needed someone there.
He did. He did, she says, and looks over to the side, and just does a toss of her head. There's an old-fashioned razor lying on the table.
Oh Jesus. Yeah, Jasmine is basically like, oh my god.
I don't
That was-
think any of us realized how much he actually loved that guy.
Clearly not.
You think it was a brave face he put on when he knew he wasn't exclusive?
Pride is coming up. Look at all of us queer people here. And I feel at times like I'm the only one of all of us who's in a happy relationship in the middle of all of this. Good grief. I don't know what the answer is, Sonny. It was
I don't
difficult.
think any of us will know.
It was hard to watch, that's all I know. I think I think whoever did this knew exactly what they were doing, because this is going to drag really long traces through all of Fae society. For someone who was as low ranked and I wouldn't say unimportant, because none of us are, but somebody with as little political influence and as little of anything as Julian was, his death seems to be setting quite a lot of things in motion. If I hadn't gotten there yesterday, we would have had another dead she on our hands. And he has both rank and status, and the Castellum over on Bornholm, it's a good defensible place and all that, but he needs, he's had to defend the place. He's had to fight for it.
Yeah, the Swedes really want it, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
Do you think that's a target now?
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
It's kind of hard seeing what the actual target was, because with him it was a lot of things in one go, right? It would be Thomas. It would be Reinhard too.
Exactly. I mean, Thomas is a gathering point for all the commoners in Copenhagen, and they've gotten rid of one she, and if they got rid of another one by because he had killed himself, that would have weakened the Castellum. There would have been no one to defend it. Somebody's trying to destabilize everything.
Yeah, whoever planned this was really, really, I don't want to say brilliant, but clever at the very least.
I have this
They
feeling...
didn't mind fighting very dirty.
Definitely. I mean, I have this feeling like somebody has tugged at... like if you have a woolen sweater and there's this one thread at the bottom that's gone loose, and you tug at it, and before you know it, you're wearing a crop top.
Yeah.
I think our investigation into whether or not this is who is behind what's happened is all the more important than ever now.
Yeah, it's a shame the Duchess wasn't receiving.
Yeah.
Well, we can only hope the message gets to her as soon as possible. We can make some progress.
Here's hoping. Oh, I hate politics.
Same. It gets dirty really quickly.
Yeah, it does. It really does.
There's really no good guys in it. And even if they are sometimes supposed to do horrible things.
Yeah, but that's exactly it, isn't it? That you think you find someone who is a good guy, and then before you know it, that person has to do something fucking awful. Yeah, I hate politics. Okay, guys, I'm... But in any case, I didn't want to explain something like this over the phone. I hope you understand. That's a little heavy.
Of course.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
At least Radigan is okay.
That's good. That's good. So is Reinhard. I brought him back here. I didn't want him to be alone. He's sleeping.
Oh,
Good idea.
That's good.
Heidi's kind of confused by him, it should be said.
why?
Oh.
Because of his looks.
Oh. What is this weird creature we brought inside?
Yes, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Is he wearing a costume? No, he is the pretty. What the fuck?
Right. Jesus. Lunch, anyone?
Yeah,
Yeah, I wouldn't say no to that.
me neither. Pretty sure so wouldn't either. But he's getting scritches.
Woof. Arf, woof. Pant, pant. And the so you basically, you guys, you get something to eat. Heidi sets up a lunch table with all manner of goodies, home baked bread and falafel and some really nice cold quiche from the day before. And it was very, very green and hippie like and ecological. Everything is,
Jonas must feel right at home.
I think he does, but I think he also looks very somber.
Yeah.
He's been looking like that ever since he left Charlie's grandfather.
Yeah. But I think that actually that lunch table is a good place to stop until next time.
Yes.
Alright.
Oh, you had something you want to say? We can definitely continue for a little while longer.
Well, Sonny just wanted to ask what would be strong enough to pull them into the dreaming from a dream. Not necessarily telling her everything, because we don't really know what's going on either, but asking her something like that would be a good thing, right?
It would be, but she would also tell you very, very honestly that she has no idea what could do that.
Okay.
So, yeah, shall we call it a night there? I think so.
Yeah.
And we will be back, ladies and gentlemen, next week with more Copenhagen Dreaming. And I will give the players 3 XP for tonight.
Thank you.
And we will see all of you next week, as I said. So from us here, bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.